Here's what's going on. Mercury and Gemini going very slow and retrograding all over my sun. I'm somebody who keeps to myself, and I probably wouldn't stick up for myself, but something is just making me animated as hell. And with this thing over here, it's like, okay, this thing over here that I am dealing with the fairway market, I'm trying to get my speech right. Fuck. It's the Pluto thing. And also, I'm here to tell you that if you are using EMF wave bombardment enough, it's going to dumb down. If you notice it, I notice that Ralph Smart has a speech impediment. Everybody does. They're going to go, pretty soon they're going to start going, you're being bombarded. Back to what I was trying to tell you. I'm full of information, babes, because Mercury is information planet. In Gemini, it's at home, and it's never gone so fast in its life. I've always wondered, why is Mercury always just peeling through fucking Gemini? It only takes 2 weeks, and I can never relish it, but now I get to relish it. And guess what's happening? So what's happening? It's working out that I found out that Diana Johnson is the owner of the Fairway Market. I know her. I just need to get a hold of her and talk to her and tell her what I can do and what I will do. See, but now I'm with the help of Mercury and Gemini. I think what's going to happen is when it goes into Taurus, I'm going to be able to slow down. I'm going to eat. I need to ground myself and work these jobs that are coming up. I have to go look at this yard tomorrow. I don't know if I have the gas. I'm going to borrow gas from this guy. I don't really like doing that. People that I've borrowed money from, whom they said, I'll help you out. You don't know how direly I hate. I mean, I don't hate it. I don't say hate much. When I do, you know that it's like, man, she really does not like that at all. I can sure exaggerate, can't I? Getting back, because I'll forget the fuck about what I'm doing. I'm talking, what was there? Talking about this thing where now it's working out that all I have to do is talk. See, this is the thing. What happened, babes? They denied me public service. If Diana, see, this is the thing, how good I am. If Diana Johnson, that is the, I think she is the manager, she is the boss, she is the owner of that store. She runs that staff there. Juan does not know how to run a pea through a fucking garden hose. If it was clear, if it was a bigger hose and you had a smaller pea and it was facing down at like 30 degrees, he couldn't do it. Anyway, I hope you got that image, kids. Tell your mom. God, I'm feeling really imbalanced because of all this. It's weird. If I would have had my main staple food and I didn't fall into this unintentional fast, I would be perfectly fine. But I think maybe it's working out for me, right? Do I not make more sense than ever? Let's just keep dangling Shauna on a fucking electrical string. What's happening? I was trying to tell you about Mercury. How could I go wrong with Gemini in the early degrees of Mercury? Man, just preparing me up. Diana Johnson. Diana. I'm going to get me some food in me. I'm going to do this work. It's very disciplinary because I have nobody. And I'm going fucking crazy. It's like, I have nobody. Nobody's helping me. I have this world I have to navigate this world. Unlike you people. You people are falling into the fucking traps, the agenda, like this person over here. He bought so much property over here. He doesn't know what to do with it. He's in a jam. I can tell. It's like, okay, so you followed them saying, just buy up that property and build another house on it. There's already a house on it over there. These people are diarrheaing up their land. And all of the animals are coming in. Did I have something to tell you here? It was about Mercury. I'm a charming person. I've never had a problem with anybody here until they start. Do you understand why I don't like wearing a mask? It's the first thing I noticed with people. I was like, okay, so we're not going to see people smiling. And are you really having a conversation with me? Because I remember I used to like to talk to the people wanted to start talking, right, at the laundromat, and this fucking lady at the laundromat with her mask on, and we started actually talking. We never really talked before. I keep to myself so fucking much. What you're looking at here, you're privileged. This is behind closed doors in my home. I'm an expressive person. And also when I go to a party, like, people used to call me up because they're like, Shauna, we're missing you right now. You know, we need to be refreshed, and it's not because I'll bring over 5 pounds of marijuana. Anyway, um, getting back to Mercury and how that good old me, you know, calming down, getting my food in me, the work I need to go look at this yard. It's a real test for me, but I think I can do it. The thing is I can't be too awesome. People hate awesome people. I have to be really miserable though, and get into their level. Like, okay, so yeah, but well, you know, yeah, well, you know, maybe if I get $60 more, and then because you know it's so hard. This is hard stuff. I'm having a miserable time, you know. I go away from my shitty zone over here, and then I come over here to your shitty zone. Where do I go to rejuvenate? I don't afford any of this, really. Can we make this quick? Okay, gotta get out of here. That's Gemini, fucking totally animated. And so getting back to people trying to put masks on me in the beginning and all that stuff. So we're getting through that, right? I hope so. And you don't get sick the way they're telling you. Oh my God, they're making you sick because they're telling all that shit. And they're exacerbating people that there's a part of the facet of society was gearing up to just make everybody just get totally fucking blooming with this sickness shit. And I already imagined a life that is like, you know what, you can have a realm and a life and a way to live that just completely avoids sickness all the way together. You don't get sick. You just don't because of the way you know how to live. You don't eat wheat and you don't get a centralized fucking version of food coming in through a pipeline. And the same with water and everything else. I'm sorry, babes. There's a way to make water on your property somehow. I just figured it out. Oh my God, we're so stupid. Very stupid, dangerously. Anyway, getting back to talking to Diana Johnson. What I'm going to do is just say this is what's culminated now. It's like I don't need to go and ruin my life. These people think I'm crazy, and I understand that. It's because I haven't had my food, and it's been a year of injury. I need to talk with this Diana chick. Um, this is where I need to be able to talk to her and tell her my story. She needs to see. This is where I don't know if she can get into. Is she the same as these other people? I don't know. I don't think so. I'm going to approach her just saying, look, I'm a property owner of potentially $1 million, and I know it is. These people that come at me with a price, I'm like, excuse me, wow, thank you. That's the beginning low. Yeah, I'll let you know what it is, and maybe I'll give you a chunk. Um, anyway, getting back to Diana, who doesn't know that I can just borrow some money because uh, well, I need to hire an attorney to fold this under because I have suffered, and I'm going to tell her to look at me. And I have documented my injuries. I did. At the peak of me nearly dying, I made videos, and I'm not going to post them here because I don't like how it looks. I mean, I know I have like the soul of my dad just struggling in me. He's trying to. What is it, Dad? What is it? I love you. The truth is that is I've never was incapable of loving you. What is it? You know, that hungry ghost thing is like something was transferred onto me, and that's a whole other click that over. You know, starting in March of over there, and you people don't know that I'm a loving person. That's all I'm doing. When you get near me, I'm going to love you, and I'm going to entertain you, and you won't not feel well unless you try and steal from me. And if you do that, you're a miserable person, and something will happen to you, especially if I find out that you have. You're miserable anyway. It's gross to steal things. God, that's terrible. Anyway, getting back to we'll never have anything if you steal things. Getting back to how that yeah, I have a new brother and there's a dad and my other brother thinks I hate and I can't be around you lower vibrational beings. So you can go ahead and have your meat eating fests and your how that you play these games that you think it's just a game. And there's other games there's physical games that you can play like basketball, baseball. I get it. It's really good for you. Actually, that's a higher learning tool. Why? Because I hate to tell you psychopaths, don't you love my act? Um, it's for feeling good. Higher learning tools that we have, it's to get a good feeling, and then you kind of get in shape. There's a thing that they say that sometimes, and you are healthy. Gosh, far off stuff. Click it over. Go study. Maybe there's research you can find out. Getting back to Gemini, talking to. Getting back to say, have you really had a problem? There's a big problem. Okay, so I have. Help me. I have a lot of, see, this is where when Mercury goes into Taurus, and this is how you're going to see how I work astrology. This is why I can see what's going on. I was like, wait a minute. This is in favor of me like 100%, and all I have to do is bring my regular old good self over to Diana and say, excuse me, Diana, there's a huge problem going on, and your business is going to be threatened because I will take it to the big courts because I can. Here's how I can, and I'll show her what the facts are. And how I have been so damaged. We can click into that if you would want. See, if she doesn't want to do this, then I will. I will just take this information to the lawyers and say, look at this peaking point. Look at this peaking point. Look at the information on Facebook that I'm trying to document as clearly as I can, like what happened to me recently. If we really get into the evidence and try and talk to Juan. Did you hear Juan? Something about the gaslighting narcissist. Did you see those veins pop up? That was, I mean, I've made it a point to stay away from these narcissists that are gaslighters. I had one in my house like 5 years back, and this person, stone crazy. These people are stone fucking crazy. You don't know what crazy is if you've never ran into a gaslighter narcissist. I'm pretty sure I just got done quitting a job that I only could hang for, what was it? It was day number 2 that I went over. And I know I can do anything, and it was impressive to me. I was able to do everything I mechanically for people, but I noticed gaslighting situation, and this is something that like bosses of housekeeping would do, is they like put things in corners to see if you'll get it, and stuff. But see, I detected it. I detected it so that I couldn't complete it. I couldn't complete the job because she took away a bolt and a nut. And I was like, wait a minute. I set everything out over here. The truth is, babes, she came in. The gaslighter narcissist is also a flying monkey. And they'll send a bunch of chaos over and go, what's this and this and this and what are we operating with? And now what is it? So that's what happened to me. I was putting this popcorn machine together at an Airbnb place. Oh God, this is a comedy that I'm only living, and I think God's laughing with me too. Oh, and she just loved this popcorn machine. And I put it together. Things that they're selling now that they're like packing up and sending over Amazon is very like Chinese, just snap, 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 and then there it is, and it'll fall apart in a year and a half. Anyway, she took a bolt and a nut away. And so I noticed it. And those things come flawed anyway. Like you notice the flaw that's in it, you're like, oh wow, so this is where it's like it's gonna try and drive you crazy, and then you have to figure it, like the little tool they sent you to try and fucking screw it with. Just get your own fucking tool. Anyway, she took a bolt of the nut away, and I noticed it. So I'm supposed to feel like, oh, I'm really sorry that I couldn't finish that. She had right away something to say. Oh, don't worry about that. It's not even a problem. Blah, blah, blah. Like right away, you can see she was on top of it. This is how you can tell. It's like, well, why were you so prepared to tell me about that? And then there was a few other things. They're not very smart, any narcissist, and they're smart in the money world. They work the numbers. They think that the world is made of numbers. It's not. It's made of something more complicated than that. Numbers is just a quantity of things. What is the quantity of things made of?